You must have those goals in you, breathing them throughout your body every day. You must get up in the morning with them and take them to sleep with you in the evening. You have to allow your goals to give you clarity of purpose. My goals began with my vision and purpose in life to be the best that I could be, to control my own destiny. I had a keen sense of self-empowerment. Like the time I transferred here to the University of Washington in Seattle in the 1970s, knowing that it would be very difficult for me to find a job in television news right out of college. Here I was in a major market. So I took this unpaid internship my senior year at KCTS TV, Channel 9, still located right here on campus. And following that internship, I got an entry-level job there for a year, was then promoted to a reporter and producer. And I worked full-time reporting job by day. I studied for a master's degree at Seattle University by night. I worked on weekends as a news anchor at the Black radio station, KYAC, freelanced for the Black newspaper, freelanced for the local radio station, the network station. And then 3 years later, I finally got that big break, and King TV said, "We want to send you to our sister station in Spokane, Washington." Really? They just said, "It's the CBS affiliate, it's a wonderful opportunity." And I said, "Well, I don't know about that." But then they gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. I was going to cover the state of Washington's first Black mayor. I was going to be the first Black reporter and anchor in that town. And then I spent 3 years there covering stories that brought me face to face with even more racism and even more adversity. You see, it was the 1980s. Following that, I took some TV news stints in College Station, Texas, and Dallas, Texas for another 5 years. And then the big job came calling in Washington, D.C. I spent a couple of years as an executive producer of a documentary unit there at a local station, launched one of the first morning shows in the market, and made a move from being on the air into management. But then I realized I could no longer make a difference in the newsroom. I resigned and I started my own business, and I've never looked back. Now, do you remember that new way of thinking that I shared with you earlier that you will need to bring into this changing world that we live in? Well, it was that kind of imagination that was key to making the commitment to focus and to have the confidence to start a business. For 13 years, I've worked so hard in newsrooms, making what I believe were all the right moves, decisions, so that I could have a good career. And they were. But I realized to advance that I needed to contribute to a greater purpose in life. And when I started my business in 1990, I started it in the third bedroom of my home. I had a $15,000 loan from my husband. And yes, it took me some time, but I paid him back. I worked long hours, the contracts weren't coming in, I didn't pay myself a salary the first year. And what kept me going was the belief that if I kept my eye on the prize and didn't quit, whatever the odds were, I could have achieved what I wanted to achieve. You see, it's in your pain that you find your power.